I love me some Wharncliffe blades, again, because of how much functionality you have when making cuts like this. You don't have to bend your wrist all that much. The AD20.5 and this mock are sort of having the same blade, except with this mock, they sort of grab the image and just stretched it a bit. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel and you're watching Miguel EDC, where we talk everything EDC gear here. Today we're going to be reviewing the Demko AD20.5, this beauty right here, especially this one with the shark's foot. This is the shark's foot blade variation. There's also a clip point version as well, but we're going to be focusing mainly today on the shark's foot blade here. And man, there's so much to tell you about this knife, so much that I can't wait to unpack with you guys. Talking about this guy, did an unboxing on this knife not that long ago, about a month or two ago, and I've had the opportunity to EDC this guy like crazy. This knife has not left my pocket for so long, and I can't wait to share with you guys what the experience is all about. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it here. So we got multiple deployment options with this guy. We of course have the infamous shark lock. That is one of the main things about this knife that you won't find in many other knives. It is the locking mechanism right here. So of course you could swing it open like that with a flick of the wrist. You of course have the thumb deployment right there. You could always open it like that if you want, and you could reverse flick like that, which is my favorite. Of course, you guys already know. If you watch some of my videos, you know that reverse flick action is always going to be my most favorite one. Of course, you have this opening right here, so I guess you could sort of do that opening that way as well. It's a little bit more tricky, requires a little bit more of a swing if you want to open it using that opening area there on the blade. Of course, we have the shark's foot, which is a very Wharncliffe looking blade style right here. We're gonna get into that. This guy of course has a sibling, and that is the clip point version of the Demko AD20.5 AD20.5. Of course, you've seen this in pretty much every review in the channel up until this point. There's so much about this blade style that I'm able to do when I'm EDCing this knife, whereas you know, there are other applications where the shark's foot comes a little bit more handy, especially like cutting packages and things like that. So we're gonna get more into that as the review progresses, but let me give you some quick comparisons. Of course, there's the sibling there, the clip point AD20.5. I recently did a review on the Spider Coast mock, and if you want to check that out, check the links in the description. But yeah, they come here very comparable. I always think of the AD20.5 and this mock as sort of having the same blade, except with this mock, they sort of grabbed the image and just stretched it a bit and made it a little bit thinner. You know, once you see it, you can't unsee it. If you get the reference, let me know in the comments. So the clip point is going to be just a little bit longer by hair, and this mock of course is a little bit longer also. But again, just some quick comparisons right there to give you a quick idea. Since I show you this mock there, let me also compare it to the PM2 at the top there, and here is the Para 3. Both reviews on these guys are live on the channel as well. Yeah, it definitely compares a lot more to the Para 3, no doubt about that, right? Overall length a lot closer to the Para 3. Para 2 or PM2 is going to be a much larger, medium to larger knife, whereas the Demko AD20.5 is more on the medium range, right? Similar to the Para 3. All right, as compared to the Sencut brothers, here is the Saxy and Crawley. Also, reviews for these guys are live on the channel as well. Very comparable to the Saxy. The Crawley is going to be a little bit longer handle, longer blade also. All right, you guys be the judge of that. But yeah, it compares a little bit more to the Saxy because the handle on the Saxy is not as long, right? Handle on the Saxy is a little bit shorter, and that helps with the overall knife length. And that Saxy likes to dance. Look at that. If I tap the table just as much, that guy likes to go for a wild dancing adventure right there. And last but not least, of course, we have the Behemoth. That is the Ontario Wrap Model 1 and the Ontario Wrap Model 2, right? Model 2. So Model 1, of course, is going to be in a category of its own. It's such a big knife, medium to large knife. And so that leaves the AD20.5 being more comparable to the Model 2, right? In that medium to small range, right? I would say the Model 2 is more of a medium to small knife, but as you can see, it's much more comparable to the AD20.5 than the Model 1 is. As far as blade shape goes, I love me a Wharncliffe blade. Of course, this one is properly called the Shark's Foot blade by Demko, but it's sort of like a Wharncliffe. A couple other Wharncliffes that I own, which remind me a lot of the Demko right there, is the Smock, Spider Coast Mock, and also, if you recall, the Fleece folding knife as well, right? I love me some Wharncliffe blades, again, because of how much functionality you have when making cuts like this. You don't have to bend your wrist all that much to get the cuts, right? You got the tip right there. It's very functional, very sharp. One of the great things that this guy has going for it is the shark's lock. Bam, right there. So what is that all about? Again, like I mentioned earlier, right back here, this thing is super strong, super solid. You guys check out the action right there. The strength on the Shark's lock is said to rival that one of the tryout lock, said by Andrew Demko, right, the knife maker himself. So it should be very strong. If I check the how rigid this is right here, guys, there's no movement whatsoever right here. That blade right there with the handle, that construction is rock solid, 10 out of 10. That is not moving any way, shape, or form. Also, this guy is very slim, as you can see right there. So if we do a quick carry profile against the sibling right here, right, they're gonna be smack on the same exact width, obviously. Here's the PM2. Right, Spyderco Paramilitary 2 is going to be obviously a little bit wider, thicker, if you will. Here is the PM3, PM3, the Para 3, right? Here's a Para 3. All right, there you go. Here is the Sencut Saxi. The Saxi and the Crawley, they're both going to be much thicker just because of the liners and the micarta, right? There is the Crawley right there. You see what I'm talking about. And last but not least, a quick comparison there to the Rat Model 1. Yep, that is going to be much thicker, no doubt about that. Bigger knife. The Ontario Rat Model 2, which is very comparable, right? The Rat Model 2 might be thicker there by a hair, right? All right, what does it look like when it's in your pocket? Now, this guy obviously is going to take a little bit of real estate, right? It's going to take quite a bunch of real estate just because of how this blade folds. So you can see there, there's quite a lot of blade still sticking out when the knife is folded. So it kind of gives us some substantial width to it. So comparing it really quick here next to Spyderco PM2 and Para 3, right? It's somewhere on that ballpark. Of course, the Spyderco knives with the Spidey hole are going to take up quite a significant amount of room there, as you can see. But the Demko AD20.5, it's, you know, following very closely behind. Let me quickly toss in here this mock so you see what I'm talking about, right? This mock is going to be much slimmer of a knife right there. So if you're looking for a slim knife, this one might not be the slimmest knife out there, but at least, you know, you get an idea there. You got the sharks, you got the shark lock, of course, so it's sort of a trade-off. All right, here the Sencut brothers, the Saxi on top, Crawley at the bottom, right? And it's going to be more comparable to the Saxi because of the blade shape. Of course, the Crawley is going to be a much narrower knife, much narrower on the blade, much narrower on the handle. And last but not least, of course, right, there we go. We got the Rat Model 1 on top, the Rat Model 2 Ontario. Nice, right? Model 1 right there is going to be very comparable, although the AD20 is still wider. It occupies a lot more room in the pocket when folded. The Model 2, of course, is going to be so much slimmer, being that medium to small knife and also very narrow design. Right, you're probably wondering, Miguel, what about the clip point? What about the clip point version? That's probably slimmer. Nope, it is not. If you've seen other reviews in the channel, you know both of them, regardless of the blade shape, both of them actually take sort of the same amount of room when folded in the pocket like that. They're just as wide. With both blades, you do have the ability to choke forward if you wanted to. You do want to be very careful though with the beginning of the blade edge right there, right? But you could forward choke if you wanted to. Check it out here on the clip point as well. You could do that, of course, especially if you put your thumb here on the jimping. That's going to have you more control of the blade at all times. But yeah, this guy, believe it or not, is milled, so that helps with the weight quite a bit. And also, I know a lot of people are very skeptical because of the grivery and such, right? Thinking it's going to be flimsy, thinking it's going to be a weak knife, weak structure, what have you. But guys, those are stainless steel liners right there, so it really adds a lot of rigidity to the knife and makes it very nice and solid. And this pattern right here, this pattern printed into the Grivery FRN, that makes it very nice and grippy, that is not leaving your hand. And just the whole construction on this guy, it is such a tank. Just the noises of it, right? The acoustics are just wonderful. This guy is in ball bearings. I know probably you guys are probably wondering. So yeah, got ball bearings going on this guy. They help the action be that smooth. I really wish I had the OG 8020 so I could do a nice side-by-side comparison, but just keep in mind these are a smaller version of the OG 8020, which is a little bit of a much larger knife. This one is right there with the EDC for everyday carry. The size makes this one a much better candidate than even the OG. The OG 8020 is such a brick, for lack of a better word. It is so tough, so thick, right? When it comes to EDC, this guy is going to feel right at home on your jeans, jean shorts, whatever you got going on. It's much more of an EDC-able blade just because of it being a shorter size. One thing I didn't like, in case I haven't mentioned this already, is the printout of the AD20.5. I sort of would have liked just the diamond pattern all throughout without this piece right here. I get why that sort of serves a purpose here for the pocket clip, and when sliding in and out of your pocket, that helps. So there is some functionality to that right there, but I know the OG version AD20 does not have that, so I really wish that wasn't a thing. Even the titanium version doesn't have that either. So that's a small gripe of mine. You know, if that doesn't get in your nerves, then you're absolutely okay and you got nothing to worry about right there. So let me know in the comments if I missed anything, if there's anything additional that you would have liked to have been covered on this review. Let me know in the comments. I plan to hang out down there. So any questions that you may happen to have, let me know and I'll be happy to answer those for you. By the time you're watching this video, it's very likely that the Ontario Rap Model 1, the review for this guy, is going to be live on the channel. If that is the case, I'm going to put a card right here for you so you can check out that next. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in this video. You guys are the real MVPs. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.